Jeffrey.
Well, what?
Do you know what today is?
No, I broke my Apple Watch.
You know what today is supposed to be?
Is it Friday?
That's right, and that's when we do what?
Second pour.
That's right.
And today we're gonna review
something from Conecuh Distilleries.
I'm glad you said that, not me. It is Clyde Mays 6-year age special reserve straight bourbon whiskey out of where again?
Conecuh
Ridge, Alabama, but actually it's come from Indiana and then actually gets
out of
owned
New
by
York,
and then bottled in Florida.
Right.
We'll talk about that here in a minute, and we're gonna do that when?
Right after this.
Welcome to Second Pour. My name's Jeff.
And I'm Zane.
Are you Zane?
I usually am.
Oh,
anyway.
it's Zane, guys.
When I
See,
wake
it's
up.
Zane.
Yeah, that's me.
Zane. So we're gonna do another Second Pour today.
That's right, but the problem is I don't have a glass.
Oh, well, we probably should look at this whiskey.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a glass.
Oh, you have a glass. See, but first we gotta look at the whiskey. You know the whiskey?
Yeah, the one that
whiskey.
we're featuring today.
The one
Let's do
we're
it.
drinking, the Clyde Mays whiskey.
Now, I would have to say, I really like this label.
It is a fancy little label, isn't it? It's got enough stuff on there to choke a horse, though. I mean, I didn't even show you the side of it. It's like Clyde Mays was a moonshiner by trade, but a craftsman by heart. So he was a criminal.
He was a criminal. He probably lived in the Appalachians during the time of the 1860s.
Well, he's from Alabama.
He was shut. Oh, wait a minute.
He was Alabama in the 1940s. Come back from the war and decided to be a moonshiner.
I was just making references to the previous episode of this week.
Sipisode? Oh, you mean
Sipisode.
when we talked about moonshiners?
That's right.
That's why we're doing this whiskey. Get it?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Now you get it right. Believe it or not. You didn't see that episode?
Yeah, it's right there.
Go watch it. This is Clyde Mays Special Reserve Straight Bourbon Whiskey from Alabama, sort of. It is 55% ABV, 110 proof. The mash bill is 55% corn, 30% rye, 15% malted barley, which makes it a high rye. It's aged 6 years on the bottle and on the website. It's distilled in Indiana, MGP.
It's Merca, damn it.
It's made in Indiana and it's bottled in Florida from a company owned in New York, but they just built a distillery
In Alabama, to which they'll hopefully
make their own, and
produce it there.
it's bottled by Conecuh
Yeah, that one.
Ridge, and it usually runs around $60 to $65.
So here we have a Blanton's priced bottle of whiskey.
Blanton's price. Blanton's the other day, I saw it on the shelf for $139.99.
Because they're crazy.
This was $60 to $65.
All I'm saying, Jeffrey, is
This is what Blanton's should
This
cost?
is what Blanton's should cost.
Oh, so are you saying this is as good as Blanton's?
I'm not saying that
Oh.
at all. I'm just saying.
So normally what do we do at this point in the episode?
Well, this is when we do a few things.
Yeah, we do what?
We smell the whiskey, and then we kind of go over what we smell.
And then we do what?
Review what the manufacturer says we should smell.
That's right. And then we do what next?
Then we taste it.
And then we say what we taste, and then we
Have the manufacturer. Yeah.
and then we say what the finish is, and then we say what they say the finish is.
Importantly enough, we need to make sure we say what the finish
Yeah,
is.
because sometimes we forget to do the finish because we're so excited to review it.
All right, so I say we smell this. Why don't
All
you?
right, we're gonna snork it.
Yeah. It smells good. I mean, it's like a vanilla with a little bit of wooded oak.
There's a lot of the standard oat,
Yeah.
vanilla. Okay, so let's get past that. Is there anything other than oat, vanilla, in those standard things you always get out of whiskey? Oh, really? You know,
I'm gonna right nostril that one.
clove, cinnamon,
There it is. Okay.
but the rye is there. You
Yeah,
can really pick up
it's
the rye.
taking a little bit to get it, but there's a little bit of a spice. That's still generic,
It's still standard whiskey.
but that's what whiskey does.
I mean, it's bourbon, it's
Yeah.
whiskey, you know.
It smells good. I will
It
say that
does
much.
smell good. And for 110 proof, you can kind of tell it's 110 proof.
I cannot.
Well, I can.
You know, you are the expert.
No. We're expert A's, right?
It smells good. I can put my nose right down in there, no problem.
Let's see what they say we should be smelling.
That's good.
And it'll lead us into saying, oh, yeah, of course it smells.
Oh,
like
that was it. We did it all
We
wrong.
just didn't say it. Okay. It says, you ready? This is a tough one. Orchid fruits. No, that was it. That's all they say on the nose, and the orchid fruits.
See, now that's a cop-out because
Of course it smells like orchid fruit.
how many people smell orchids on a rag?
No, I don't.
And there's plenty of orchids that smell like ass.
Yeah, I mean, you telling me this whiskey smells like ass?
I'm not, so I would never say that.
No. People are working hard to make this whiskey. Hang on, let's look at the side of the bottle. Does the bottle say anything else? Man, no, it doesn't.
You know what I'm getting out of this? Orchid fruits.
Orchid fruits? Are you really? I can't believe that. I mean, that's almost like what they said.
Almost. I say we just go right ahead and go to the tasting part, because that's the interesting thing.
Do you want to taste this?
Oh, yeah, we need to taste it.
So, like, taste the whiskey?
Yeah.
Haven't we already tasted it, like, Wednesday?
Yeah, we did.
But now we're going to taste it some more.
Was it Wednesday?
Well, yeah, Whiskey Pop goes out on Wednesdays, and second pours on Fridays.
I get confused.
Oh, well, maybe it's the whiskey. And I'm not going to lie. It tastes pretty good.
Oh, it tastes real good.
It's not, I can't complain on that. A lot of caramel, a little bit of oak. Oak is not as strong. Clove, you can taste the rye spice in there, baking spices.
There is a sweetness out on the aftertaste.
I feel like this still is leading toward a standard bourbon.
Yeah.
Standard whiskey, you know what I mean? It's just, now.
It's good.
It's good. It's just, you know.
I would say there's got to be some kind of, you know, like what they call it, black fruit or something in the taste.
Oh, black fruit.
Of some kind, probably, yeah.
So like a blackberry, a plum.
Or a cherry.
Cherry.
But nothing real overpowering. It's just something a little bit on the back end.
What would you say the smack factor is on this?
Oh.
You know, the
smack factor.
I really hope that went. And your voice went.
Smack factor.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's a medium range smack factor.
2?
Yeah, it doesn't have the get you here.
No, you're not feeling it here, but you're feeling it. I mean, when you kind of want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. Let's see what they have to say. Clove and spice.
Well, you know what I'm getting out of this.
I feel like, you know, this could be any whiskey.
Yeah, this is
Now, it is 110 proof, so it is spicy. We can say that.
the thing is we probably have been drinking this whiskey before.
Oh, you think so? From MGP, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's kind
like
of the
every
thing.
rye whiskey that
I think
you
that's
ever...
what's happening. Is just this is it's a good product.
Good rye whiskey from MGP?
Yeah, so you know, give them a couple years. Maybe there'll be something.
They did just break ground on their distillery. In a few years, they will be producing their own whiskey. I'm sure it's going to be one of those things where they're still getting some rye from MGP and then mixing it with their own rye, and then eventually it'll be their own rye and only their stuff, and then you know how it goes.
The interesting thing, which I don't know if you've noticed, this one is actually quite a bit more oily than I would have expected from the
That's
flavor.
interesting. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You think we ought to add just like a drop of water to it?
Yeah. So the other side of it is then it leads us to the finish. I mean, is the oiliness kind of make it linger?
I think it does linger. I think it does have a kind of a long finish.
Yeah,
not necessarily in the hug, but I can still feel it in the palate, somewhat in the back of the throat. It's still kind of hanging out there. It's not crazy.
it's enjoyable though. I mean,
I can't complain about this.
this is something that I would definitely be wanting to pour up, you know. And
Would you go out though and just buy it again?
see, now that's the question, because that's why we rate it.
So here, let's talk about that for a minute. We have a 5-finger rating system.
Yeah, it's based on pours.
Right, so 1 pour meaning, it's whiskey, it's good, right?
Yeah.
5 meaning we are not sharing it anymore.
Yeah, this is a private stash.
Now, when we rate a whiskey and we give it a 2, I've noticed that some of our commenters are like, I can't believe you only gave that a 2, or I can't believe you only gave that a 3. And I'm like, well, that's a 2-finger whiskey, dude. I mean, that's a
lot.
That's a lot of whiskey. When you're doing a 3-finger, we're not saying it's a 2 or a 3, so it's ass.
Yeah.
We're saying it's worthy of a 2 or 3-finger pour.
Yeah, we're actually literally talking about how much would you pour in your glass.
So, I mean, even when we rate
In one
something
sitting.
a 2 or a 3, even though it's not a 5,
Yeah.
that's still a damn good whiskey.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
don't confuse a 1s and 2s and 3s as bad whiskey. We don't drink bad whiskey on Whiskey Pop.
Darn it.
Shut up, Zane. All right, let's review this. But before we review it, guess what we almost did.
Well, we already did the finish.
But we didn't say what they said it was.
Damn it.
They say the finish is smooth, long. Okay, let's review this.
Let's do it.
All right, so I don't think this is a bad whiskey.
I don't either. I don't think it's bad at all. And that's the thing that happens with MGP products at this point.
And then, and I'm gonna rate it. For me, I'm gonna rate it around the idea that I'm pretty familiar with MGP product. Now I know this is Kunica,
yeah,
Knickel,
the distillery.
The distillery. I know that's their whiskey, but I know they're sourcing it, and I know this is an MGP product, and I'm gonna compare it to that. I mean,
we've had some really good MGP products.
We've had some. Oh no, we've had some great MGP products. So my review on this today is a 2.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I don't think it's quite a 3 because it's not overly exciting.
If somebody poured this up, I would enjoy it. It's a great whiskey. I wouldn't go, oh, that's just
Yeah,
crap.
I would definitely reach out of my cabinet, pour it up over some other stuff every now and then.
That's a 2-finger pour.
I think it's definitely enjoyable.
And if you poured it again, I'd drink another 2 fingers.
Question is, do you go out and rebuy it for $65?
That's the thing I struggle with. I think that's why I put it at a 2, because I don't know if I would run out and grab this bottle again when there's a ton of 2-finger whiskeys on the shelf.
And for $65, you can find 3 and 4 finger pours that we have reviewed before.
That is true, and you can catch those here.
So, yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's a good whiskey.
I think it's good whiskey. I am curious of what it's going to be like when they start producing it themselves and not sourcing it. They'll have a little bit more control. I'm sure the master distiller is working with MGP, but when you have more control in your own house, I
would definitely say if you get a chance to try this, it's a pleasure.
Oh, for sure. I think you should buy it. I think you should try it and then see what your palate says. But in the meantime, be sure to like, share, and
subscribe. And don't forget, always ding our dong,
because that lets you know when new episodes of Second Pour are coming out, or even more Whiskey Pop episodes.
That's right.
And please, drink safe, drink with friends, drink responsibly, and continue to be cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.